We're live from the historic Kolkata Maidan, and it's East Bengal Ground, which is playing host to another cracker of an IWL fixture. It's match number 40 as the defending champions East Bengal FC take on Kickstart FC from Karnataka. 100% record so far for East Bengal, sitting pretty at the top of the IWL. But can they go all the way? Can they go 14 matches without dropping a point? Well, that's the question, and we'll have the 10th edition of the answer in the next 90 minutes. Fazila in fine form. East Bengal themselves in incredible form with 31 goals so far in their 9 matches. Let's take a look at how they line up. They've got Panthoy, Ashalata, Sarita, Somya, Fazila, Priyanka, Shushmita, Resti with the captain's armband today, Sathi, Anoma, and Sulanjana Raul makes up the 11. Options on the bench as well, including Karthika and Supriya and Fulmani and the rest. And Kickstart, on the other hand, quite a few teams starting on 10 points in this match week, and they are the last team to play out of those. 6th is where they stand right now. 3 wins and 5 losses so far in the campaign, 1 draw as well. They've scored quite a few goals, 19 of them so far in the campaign, but they've conceded 18, and that has been the issue. This was the East Bengal lineup. We'll show you the Kickstart one soon. There we go. So we've got Mehbam Devi between the sticks. There's Linthoy. There's Nimita, Saru Limbu, Essien the Nigerian, Baby Sana, Ranjana, Kiran, Aruna, Renuka, and Mari. A couple of players from Nepal, one from Nigeria in their starting lineup. A few options on the bench as well. There's Ronnie Devi. There is Kiran Bala, Resham Devi as well. Raghu Muniswamy, their coach, naming that lineup, and Anthony Sampson Andrews has named more or less the same lineup he usually does, give or take here and there. Very strong squad, of course, for East Bengal. We have quite a few intense games. 4 games today, actually. A really good one previously, just a couple of hours ago. Between Sessa and Sri Bhumi, there was a 2-2 scoreline at the end of it. Gokulam Kerala winning 6-2 versus Garhwal United on the other hand. Action coming thick and fast in the IWL. Games every couple of days, and all 4 teams in action in 2 grounds, and matches being played in a couple of places here in Kolkata. Of course, East Bengal the most goals so far, 31 in the campaign. Looks like the players are all set to come out. And Fazila Ekwaput leading the line, of course, 15 goals for her. Essien, the highest goal scorer for Kickstart, with 4 goals. And I beg your pardon, it is Kickstart who have scored 10 goals as compared to 19 which I mentioned, and have conceded 17. So of course the concession is the problem for them. referee is leading out the players at East Bengal Ground, wearing their white strip, which the Moshal girls are famous for this season, and Kickstart wearing a black strip this evening. Mehbam Devi, the captain for Kickstart. East Bengal have quite a few captains. They keep rotating. Today it's Resti who's leading the line. Lots of leaders in the team as well. Ashrata Devi, of course. Fazila leads on the pitch. There's the likes of Soumya as well. So there we go, quick team picks to get us a bit of a commemoration for today. And then we're all set to go. As I said, 6 in the table right now, Kickstart. A win for them and they can go to 4th, or at least level on 4th with Gokulam, who won today convincingly. If they don't win today or don't get points, then Garhwal United can also catapult them, so they're just above the drop zone right now, which is not a great place to be. East Bengal with all eyes on that title, 8-point lead as they go to make it back to back. Rachna Hasmukh Kamani is the referee for today, assisted by Akanksha Soni and Jyoti Kaur. Vishnu Priya Das, the 4th official. Quick switch of sides. Fazila Ikwaput, as I said, in fine form, 15 goals. Then you've got Soumya, who's also scored 5, as has Sulanjana. Resti has got 4 too. All of them in superb form. Essien has got the most for Kickstart with 4. And there's Baby Sana also, who has got 3, so watch out for them. It will be a busy evening perhaps there for Mehbam Devi, as it always is for goalkeepers who are playing against East Bengal.
Ladies and gentlemen,
time for the countdown now.
We've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So there we go. Match number 40 is underway at East Bengal Ground. Defending champions East Bengal taking on Kickstart FC. And Kickstart starting off with the ball towards the left-hand side. A bit of a chase on there for Kiran. But good defensive work there by Shushmita. And East Bengal, of course, coming into this one on the back of 9 wins on the spin. Here's Resti, comes for it. And that's an important touch before Mehbam could get to it. Fazila takes a shot herself, and Mehbam might have had it covered, but Fazila in the first few minutes already trying to up that goal tally, which is ever growing. Absolutely unstoppable form she's been in. Now kickstart maybe. If you've got to strike against East Bengal, you've got to strike early, put them under pressure. Not used to conceding goals, only conceded 3 so far in the 9 games they've played. Looking to make it back-to-back titles. And Kickstart themselves came close to the IWL back in 22-23 where they were runners-up. Third place last season as well. And have done well in the Karnataka Women's League in the last few seasons. They would have been hoping to contest for the title this time round, but hasn't been the best of seasons. Ball over the top now. This could be a chance maybe if it was a first time shot. Good defensive work there by Abena. But SEN got there. It'll be a good battle between these two. The Ghanaian defender Abena Opoku has been phenomenal at the back. One of the few stalwarts at the back for East Bengal. This is Pantar Chanu as well, but a corner now for Kickstart. Not the best of deliveries, should be cleared away by, I think it was Sarita there. And now on the break, a bit of pace on display. Not to be though. Good defensive work there by Kickstart. Kept alive by Ranjana, plays it backwards, cleared by Linthoi, who got that initial interception before Soumya was up and running. Here's Resti. Play down the line, Fazila wasn't interested in that ball. Anthony Sampson Andrews, who has been pivotal for this East Bengal side. Of course, wants to go all the way. Another ball over the top, looking for the flick there, SAN. There was a decent run being made by Kiran. And what we have noticed from East Bengal is they like to take their time. Mostly, but in the last game, an early 1-0 lead where Fazila scored within the 6th minute. And what fine form she has been, of course. Ever since the restart, scoring a hat-trick versus versus Sri Bhumi. Then 1 versus Setu and 2 versus Gokulam. So 6 in the last 3 games. And nobody else has scored for East Bengal since the restart. That's how emphatic Fazila has been. There she is, cleared away by Nimita Gurung. Good work there by Sati Debnath. They are without Shilki Devi, who got a red card in the last game. So that is that one change in the midfield. Nice 1-2 here. Resti gets it. Chance to shoot. She plays it back towards Fazila, who does shoot. And it's gone in. And East Bengal get the lead within the 7th minute. Resti and Fazila once again combining. And a 7th goal in the last 3 games and a few minutes.
Goal for East Bengal FC scored by player
Number
10,
16
Fazila.
for Fazila Ikwaput, and she's got to thank Resti for that one, because I thought that Resti could have shot herself. Just there, she plays it back towards Fazila, and you can't be giving her so much of space, and you've got to say that Mehbam should have stopped that. But who's going to stop Fazila? No one can at this point. 25 goals last season, 16 this season. She'll want to better herself. And just like that, I said that East Bengal don't get the ball running too early, but in the last couple of games, Fazila, you give her the ball, she will score. It's an inevitable thing right now in the Indian Women's League. That being said, in any East Bengal game, because she was phenomenal, the SAF Club Women's Championship as well, which East Bengal won so famously. Most valuable player and Golden Boot winner there as well. Ranjana Chanu now looks to play some sort of a long ball into a bit of space. Kickstart already reeling after that first goal scored by Fazila. And they know how difficult it is to play against East Bengal, of course, because they did play them earlier on in the season. Exactly 4 months ago, on the 6th of January, but that was a 5-0 drubbing from East Bengal. Fazila scoring in the first 15 minutes, then Resti doubling it at the brink of halftime, then Sulanjana, Asta Morao and Fazila again. The game was done within 73 minutes. It was 5-0. And previously as well, East Bengal have had the number of Kickstart, winning 2-0 on both occasions last season. That'll be a foul against Essien. But then, a couple of seasons ago, it was Kickstart who won 3-1 both games of the season in 23-24. So, a good battle between these two teams, but right now it's East Bengal who are dominant in the last couple of seasons. Nimita puts one forward, should be easy for Panthoy. Will be looking to keep a few clean sheets. Has conceded 2 in 3, which is unlike East Bengal. Only conceded 1 in their first 6 and 2 in 3 in the others. And you can feel the sense of calm around the ground early on when it comes to East Bengal. Of course, you don't want to be too overconfident if you're an East Bengal side or fan, but what a time to be an East Bengal fan. Doing well in the Indian Super League as well, top there, top here. What a feat it would be if these women could go on all the way without dropping a point. Too much on that one. From Abena. So the other game taking place in the AFF Center of Excellence in Kolkata, Sethu and Nita FA. That is a big game as well. Basically a battle for second place the way East Bengal are playing. Nita are 4 points behind Sethu, so a win here would really help. All the action on the Indian Football YouTube channel. Resty, nice touch from her. So calm in that midfield. And that's a nice ball through. Sathi Devnath almost got there. Good deception by Ranjana, who for a second looked like she was going to be second place on that one. Saru to Renuka. Almost brushed off the ball but keeps possession well. Decent ball through, but always going to be tough for the Nigerian MMP's SEN to get on the end of that one. Early leads almost always help, but sometimes they could be a bit of a problem because you get a bit lackluster. But that hardly happens with Fazila. She's been held on to, no foul, says the ref. Sometimes you do take it for granted, but East Bengal, the way they are moving, the way they are focused, every ball, every pass, every shot is with intensity. That's important when you want to be champions, when you want to be invincible champions, all the more. It's that hunger. It starts from this woman on screen, Fazila. So hungry for goals, for glory. And that has a ripple effect on the rest of the team. Of course, starts with the leaders in the dressing room, just like Anthony Sampson Andrews. The back four is pretty solid as well right now. Ashalata, Sarita, Shushmita Sathi. And of course, let's not forget Opoku. Actually, a back five. Once you look at the team sheet. Nicely done by Ashalata Devi. Another leader. Another phenomenal player throughout her career. When she's at the back, then everything is sorted from an East Bengal point of view, from basically whichever team she plays for. One nil in the first half, 15 minutes played. East Bengal not really giving Kickstart FC a sniff right now, at least. Another ball over the top. Pantoy. Oh, that's awkward, and this is a chance for SEN. And she scored! What was that all about? SEN latches on to a big mistake from the East Bengal defense and goalkeeper. And it's one apiece. Just as the rain beats down upon the players, That is a thunderous disaster between Ashalata and Panthoy. I just said that they're so calm at the back.
Goal for
I'm
Kickstart
sure the
FC
keeper had
scored
called
by
for it.
player number 10,
Ashalata just takes it
Emmett.
past her, and then Essien, who didn't give up, puts that into the back of the net. And Panthoy is asking what was that all about. It's raining pretty heavily now here at East Bengal Ground. It's been raining on and off in Kolkata for the last week or so. A heavy rain whenever it has been, and the conditions won't be too easy for either of the teams. And I mentioned that sometimes you do just take it a little too lightly here, Sulanchana. Shot comes in. That's a great shot. What a save by Maibam. You would expect her to make that save, but that is a good strike from a distance. It's absolutely pelting down here. We're still bringing you live images though from the East Bengal ground. Spare thought for the cameraman. And the show must go on. Ball is hardly moving here. This will be tough to play in. Hopefully it's just passes over, because otherwise it could be a problem. Another ball played in. Okay, pretty tough to see here as well. It will be a goal kick. Tough for the cameras to pick up the action as well, but we'll try to bring you the live images as much as we can. And now it looks like it's not going to be able to continue, so we will have to take a break here. It's getting really heavy, the rain. And of course, safety is of the prime importance. So we'll probably take a short break and come back. Welcome back to action. So that storm has passed over and we're back here at East Bengal Ground. Torrential rain for a good 15-20 minutes. It's 1-1 between East Bengal and Kickstart. And a bit of a defensive mishap for East Bengal with Ashalata and Panthoy Chanu both going for the ball. Not the best of communication. And then an easy goal for Essien, who gets another in the campaign, her fifth. Bit of a miscommunication there between the likes of Mari and Essien herself. And as I said before we went into the break because of the rain, East Bengal have conceded a few goals. They just conceded one in their first 6 games, but then in the next three, now make it four. Next four, they've conceded 3 goals. So there is something if you are an opponent to try and capitalize on. That's a nice ball through. Resty should get there. Ball moving really well, even though we've had quite a bit of rain. Now you can see that a bit of a water coming off the surface. When the players are moving, it'll be a heavy ground to play on. 20 minutes or so to play, and then after that another break, at least help the muscles, which have already probably cooled off for a bit due to the break. free kick now for East Bengal. Opportunity to put something into the area and maybe put Maibam and her defense under pressure. Last touch was off Soumya, so it could be watched out. That's good defensive work. Bit of a stop-start game. When it comes to this one, so it's an opportunity for Kickstart to make the most of the break in momentum. Challenge coming in there to bring down the likes of Mari, who made a really good turn. So this is a big opportunity for Kickstart. East Bengal with the lead. Then Kickstart make the most of a mistake from East Bengal. Then it absolutely paused, so we have to break. Now we'll play for a bit and then it will stop again. Oh, that's a bad challenge. Sulanjana's playing on. It looked like the Kickstart players went into each other. That's why the foul wasn't given. Credit to Sulanjana. But East Bengal moving the ball along nicely here. Another ball in, as I say that. That's a poor attempted delivery. So as I was saying, the flow of the game, that is something that will always dictate the way teams play. A lot of the teams which are dominating in leagues like the game to keep flowing when they're playing good attacking football, and that's exactly what East Bengal like. But that being said, they have been thrown many different obstacles over the last 2 years, but have managed to move past it. That's the sign of champions. Speaking from a Kickstart point of view, this is their chance. Good challenge there. For now, they are digging deep. They are defending as much as they can. There's Fazila. Awkward touch from her. Should be picked up there by Nimita. Another throw though. Sulanjana. In fact, it's Soumya. Can't get the better there. This is awkward. Needs to be cleared away. Challenge from behind from Resti will be a foul. Resti getting a little restless. Making a few challenges from behind. So 30 minutes played. By now we should have been starting the second half. But we're still in the first. In case you're joining us late, there's been a bit of rain in Kolkata. That's why there was a break. That's why we're only 30 minutes into this one. Ball over the top. Awkward one, but should be collected by Maibam. That's a really nice touch by SCN, and that's another foul from Resti from behind. Good call from the referee, Rachna Kamani, but I think that could have been a yellow card. Resti surely could have been in the book, not for this challenge, but for any of them. Or maybe a chance to put something into the area now from Kickstart's point of view. Not much from that. Looking for a shot there, I think. Was Renuka. The idea is correct because of the fact that it is a skiddy surface after the rain. Anthoy decides to take it short. This time, Hoy and Asharata on the same page. They won't want to watch that replay back and see the catastrophic miscommunication. It happens. You got to move past it. Awkward ball backwards there from Priyanka Devi. Kickstart holding their shape well, not really pressing East Bengal too much. That was the first time Renuka goes. So basically, one of them just going rather than the rest of the entirety of the front line, because then you leave the passing spaces open. Keeping shape is important. Looking for that pass through there, Mari, but didn't really get enough on it. Lanjana. Asharata, who likes to play the long ball, is looking for one but doesn't get it. Abena. Not really forcing the issue just yet here. East Bengal, and they've lost possession, but easily won back there. Good work. Now played into space for Fazila. Beautiful ball from her towards Resti. It's missed by her. Now a chance. Resti should get it through, but that is offside. Big call from the assistant on the far side, but the goal won't stand. Wonderful ball from Fazila towards Resti. Resti was behind. So I'm not sure if that was offside, but either ways, unless that first touch of Resti was met with an offside run, but either ways, if the goal isn't from Fazila, they don't count. On a lighter note, she has been the one to score since the restart of this IWL, since the break. Yes, she putting that into an open net, but no luck for East Bengal on that occasion. But what a great pass there from Fazila. Good header away there from Devi. One thing is for sure, that the ball is moving nice and quickly off the surface. A little bit more rain and it would have been held up. Really good ground here in the middle of the Kolkata Maidan. A historic East Bengal ground. East Bengal men leading the ISL right now, which is a big feat. The women looking to make it back-to-back titles. That one zips off the surface. That is the disadvantage of the rain. Susmita made a good run. Yes, Fazila looks to turn. Turns really well. Fazila might go herself here. Fazila takes the shot. Goes towards the first post. Maybe could have just sliced it towards that second post. Doesn't work that time round. But whenever she gets the ball, she is dangerous. Possession given away again. As East Bengal look to pounce, another challenge from Resti. Sulanjana does well to hold it up, plays it through. Soumya looks for Fazila but could have maybe taken a shot herself. Could have used Fazila's run to her advantage there. Priyanka plays it backwards. Abena to Ashalata. Flicked on again. This will be easy pickings for Mehbam Devi. Slowly but surely finding their footing here, East Bengal. But as I said, by the time they do, it might just be half time unless they can score before that. Devi Sana. Switched nicely. Abena doing really well. Not only to win the ball, but then to keep her footing and play that pass through. Here's Resti on the half term. It's very good. Gets it back from Sulanjana. Resti keeps going. That is a cracker of a challenge from Nimita Gurung. The physicality has been upped by at least 20-25% in this season's Indian Women's League. Not afraid to make any solid challenges, which is wonderful to see. That's why the women's game is progressing with every season. And the age group, women's national team, and also the women's national team, senior ones, you can see the improvement there as well. It is a process. Still holding on to possession here, East Bengal. Kickstart don't mind it for now. Ball into space should be met by Lintoy, who does just about enough. Attempted pass there from Saru Limbu, but couldn't find the run of SCN, who was making it too close to Abena at that point. Could have moved into a bit of space. Sulanjana, who's very good in these pockets, turns, and Sushmita's run isn't met with the same kind of pass. No chances taken there by Aruna Bag, who plays it out for a throw. 40 minutes played, 5 to go, plus a bit of added time until the break. Sulanjana tries to go through. Fazila was there but didn't use her. Asian gets brought down by Ashalata. No foul, says the referee. Resti plays it through. Could be offside here. It was offside. It looked like it, but it was still a good run from Soumya. Awkward fall from her as well. Hopefully she's okay. A bit of a breather here for Kickstart. Soumya running from the right hand side towards that central area, which is always a tough run to pick up. It's just that she ran a little too early this time. Ranjana with a miss pass, a rare one that is. Sathi goes for the ball in, so Ranjana's there. She'll pick it up. Two players converge though. She still tries to go through and will get a corner out of it. Could have moved backwards because Shushmita was there, but anyway, does well to get a corner. Ashalata will take it. That hits the side netting for a second. I thought it could have been an Olympico, but everybody aware. And usually she's much better from those positions. Such is her ball playing ability. You very rarely see a centre back going out to take corners, but because she's so good in the passing ability, assigned set piece duty for that one at least. The Kickstart have capitalized on that one mistake that East Bengal have made. Here's Resti, does well to hold it up. That is great defending. I was about to say from Ranjana, but she mistimed that clearance. Here Soumya, who's very quick. Soumya goes for the ball towards Fazila, just evades her. The idea was great from Ranjana to try and press that first touch of Soumya, but then she mistimed that pass out. And then Soumya just beat her for pace, left her in the dust. But the pass towards Fazila wasn't on cue. That's the brilliance of Soumya down the right hand side. Very tough to catch her. Good turn there from Priyanka Devi, but she doesn't play it into the space. Plays it backwards. Here's Ashalata, gets it from Abena. Poor ball from Ashalata. Second time of asking. And Mayabam just takes the sting out of it. Launches that one. Abena not allowing SCN to turn too freely and makes a mishap of that pass. 1 minute to go. Plus a bit of added time before the stoppage. Fazila's touch lets her down. That's good playing out from the back there. From Kickstart. Ranjana goes for a ball into the channel. That's a really good pass. Chance here maybe for Kickstart to get a goal of their own. Played wide. Opportunity to cross from Kiran. That's a poor one. After all that, you can see the disappointment as SCN's shoulders droop. It was a really good move all the way from Ranjana then towards Kiran, but her cross wasn't the best. Bit of a push there from Sulanjana. Unnecessary. It was always going to be her ball if it had gone out of play. That's not the best of kicks. More water than ball there, connected by the Kickstart player. Not easy if you're not used to playing with so much water around. Aruna Bagh on that occasion. Here's Kiran. This is a better pass from her. Couldn't be taken under control there by Mari. Kickstart still have the ball though. Ranjana with the ball over the top. Well done by Abena. Resti takes it down. Priyanka will play it wide. Into space for Fazila. Awkward back pass. Fazila could get there. But Mehbam was there just in time. Resti will pick it up. Shushmita plays it through. That's a nice ball. Sulanjana turns very well. But then there were too many black shirts around. And that's a poor pass. Almost at the end of the first half, after that rain break delayed everything, and it will be half time. So one apiece. Fazila scores for East Bengal as usual. SEN scores for Kickstart as usual. But an unusual error at the back led to the equalizer for Kickstart. It's been a long time since we kicked off back at 8 p.m. It was nice and calm then. As Fazila started off with a shot, it was just wide. Then Resti and Fazila combining once again that Ugandan pairing. Mabam should have done better, but Fazila gets her 16th of the season, assisted by her counterpart, the number 16 Resti. And another goal for Fazila. This was the mistake. Asharata and Panthoy Chanu both coming for it. Then Asharata suddenly took the touch and it helped Essien, who was already on her way, wearing different colored boots. And this time it's the red one which helps her find the back of the net. That was a decent shot from Priyanka Devi, but it was always going to be saved by Mehbam. Chance there, and it was called offside, but it was really close as Sulanjana played it to, Soumya played it towards Resti. Was called offside eventually. This was offside from Soumya. And at half time, it's 1-1 between East Bengal and Kickstart as we move into a short breather, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side because the next 45 promises to be an interesting one. Adiza? Back to action here in the second half. All to play for. As 3 points are up for grabs. East Bengal with an early lead, thanks to Fazila as always. But after that, Estienne, who as always has got the goal, getting the equalizer. Bit of a slip there. We might see a bit of that, depending on the footwear that the players are wearing. If they're wearing metal studs, then unlikely that you'll slip. But if you're wearing the plastic ones, sometimes you will lose your footing. Having played a bit of football in the Kolkata Maidan can definitely allude to that. But of course, this surface is as good as it gets in the East Bengal Stadium. Sathi with that challenge will be a throw in for Kickstart. As I said, lots of different games taking place throughout the country. The busiest time of the Indian football calendar, that's for sure. As Fazila looks to play the ball towards Resti, enough was done there to just put her off controlling the ball. That's a really good win back there by Baby Sana. That's a nice move from Shushmita, but the run was again inwards. Tough to play the pass there. Shushmita fights for another one, tries to play it. Doesn't really work. Now goes for the header. Sulanjana couldn't get there. Good defensive work from Kickstart again. And here they go again. This is the opportunity they were waiting for. Chance to cross. Good defensive challenge there from Linthoi. And it looks like Priyanka Devi will be taking it. Short corner taken. Ball play to the area. Good take there by Mehbam. With a few bodies around her. Did really well. Asha drop is the call. Asha's there. Here's Resti. Challenge comes in. Luckily didn't catch the likes of Saru Limbu, who went past her in the nick of time. That's a beautiful ball towards the right hand side. Just goes off the surface. Before there was a bit of an inclination. That doesn't work out for Soumya. This time it does though, should be her way. Finally Soumya gets away from that area. Could be an elbow. It is an elbow from Essien into, I think, the side of the head of Priyanka. Might have to take another look at it, but that was a poor challenge from her. So she'll have to watch out now. The ball in, flicked on. Mehbam will get there. Asha skips past, plays it towards Sarita, who can't keep it in play. Looking slightly phased here. Our East Bengal not playing with that fluidity we're used to. And now, speaking of that, here's Soumya. Plays that pass is slightly backwards. Sarita will be looking to play towards Fazila. Takes the touch, he's offside. Looked like it.
শুনতেই পাচ্ছি না একটু জোরে বলো
And Mehbam taking as much time as she can. With whatever goal kick she gets. Resti can't get the touch right, and Kickstart are doing everything to just put a battle towards East Bengal, make them fight for whatever. Here's Fazila, holds up the play, plays it wide. Slanjana has Shushmita if she wants. Shushmita does go on the overlap, but takes a bit of time. Now she's there, but they play it towards the right hand side, and it won't stay in play for Sarita, but the idea was right. But for how long can Kickstart keep this up? It's not easy to match East Bengal's intensity, that's for sure. We've seen that throughout this league. Falls towards Resti, you could get a shot away. Now it does keep going. Soumya picks it back up. Sarita, good delivery. It's over the top. What a chance for Sulanjana. She puts her head in her hands because she knew that was a glorious opportunity to make it 2-1. Good run from her. What an exquisite ball from Sarita. But Sulanjana couldn't get another for her. In the season, she has scored quite a few. Soumya goes for the left-footed cross. Could have played it towards Sarita, but here is Sulanjana once again. Sarita does get it eventually. Cross comes in. Fazila misses it. Punched away by Mehbam. East Bengal now have found their flow. I was just about to say that why not play it to Sarita? She's just made one good cross. You can play it back to her again there. Here she is. Another delivery from her. Sulanjana could have flicked it on towards Fazila. Now Kickstart have a bit of possession. Baby Sana. towards Renuka. That's surely a foul from Shushmita. And good to see that she goes back and picks up Kiran Pista. Chance for Kickstart to put something into the area. 10 minutes into the second half rather. They have another chance here. That's a poor pass and then another poor pass after that. Well, Kickstart have surely done a great job after being thumped 5-0 previously in the season. They need to get their form right. Otherwise, they could be into a relegation battle. Pretty much are actually without realizing. Fazila with the turn. Don't think that came off a black stocking. Should be a goal kick. Yes, it is. This one point would really help them if they can hold on to it, that's for sure. It was a torrid start to the season for Kickstart. Their form has been better over the last few games. Here's a chance. Good ball through. Here's Kiran, plays it backwards. And a shot from a distance. Oh, what a screamer! And Kickstart take the lead. And it's Baby Sana who scored an absolute worldie to give the defending champions a bit of a scare. She strikes that ball better than anybody ever has. And a shock 2-1 lead for Kickstart. Look at the distance on that. Baby Sana into the top right corner of Panthai Chanu's goal, and she can't do anything about it. An absolute cracker from Baby Sana. And Kickstart have come from behind to take the lead against East Bengal. What a twist in the tail. They didn't do anything for a majority of this second half. 13 minutes in, they've taken the lead. This is a big test for the defending champions. And this is their unbeaten streak, their 100% record on the line. Another ball into space. Played backwards. And it's all stemmed from that first mistake from Panthai Chanu and Ashalata. They gave Kickstart an inch, and Baby Sana has taken it from around 20 yards. So as I was saying, Kickstart started their season really poorly. 4 losses in a row. Then they won a game versus Shribhumi. Then they lost again to East Bengal. So they started off with 5 losses out of 6. Then they beat Sessa after the restart. Before the restart. Then they drew to Nita. And again beat Sessa 3-0. But after 5 losses in the first 6, They've picked up 10 points in their last 5 rather. So they are in decent form. Resti is brought down. Play on, says the ref. So Lanjana's pass is a poor one. She's offside. And a bit of a stoppage now. Kickstart with milk every sort of chance they get to delay this game. What a goal from Baby Sana. Absolute cracker. An hour played. As if the tension could get any more in this particular matchup. Well, we saw the rain. This time the thunderbolt came after the rain in the form of Baby Sana's shot. And it has left East Bengal reeling with half an hour to play, with a lot to do. First things first is to maintain the invincible record. And then if they can, maintain the 100% record. It's not easy going a whole league season without losing. That's not a foul. SEN looking for it, but she was always going down. There was no real contact. Now we'll see how Kickstart can manage this situation. They found themselves in a position which they might not have expected. 1-1 is one thing to hold on to, but 2-1, that's a totally different story. Cleared away by Ranjana before she could take any chances, and they were defending that without their number 4, Nimita Gurung, who's back on. She's very important. Defending that with 10 players. Here's Sarita. Soumya goes for the turn, doesn't work. Resti gets it back. Beautifully done by her. Can play it through, doesn't play it through, plays it wide towards Soumya. Sarita's still trying to hold a run. That's an awkward pass though, unnecessary. There were 2 more options on the other side. SEN now takes it forward, can play it wide to the right hand side. The break is on now for Kickstart. Loose touch from Kiran. You can hear the calls from the coach. Nimita, Aruna, stay ready for that long ball. Time for a couple of changes now for East Bengal. Asta Morao comes on. She had a good game a couple of days ago. And she replaces Shushmita Lepcha. A bit more speed to the attack. And defense for that matter. Here's Resti, keeps going. Tries to play towards Fazila. Could have gone herself. And that's a poor shot from Soumya. Bit of frustration creeping in. They've got to stick together though in these sorts of times. East Bengal. Short goal kick taken. Ranjana, who's been superb today, loses possession. That's the commentator's curse. Soumya plays it through to Fazila. Goes for the header. Mehbam will collect. Sometimes they're expected to play the ball towards Fazila here, East Bengal. They've got to switch it up a bit. They've got many other goal scorers who can score. She's got 16 in the season. That's half of the goals they've scored. They've scored 32. That's a nice run from Mari. Should be picked up in the midfield. Almost given away actually. Eventually is by Baby Sana. Asta Morao, her first involvement. Priyanka. Sarita. Good defensive work by Ranjana. Keeping Soumya quiet is not easy. Resti with a beautiful turn, plays it towards Fazila. Looks for a turn herself, doesn't get it. Here's Priyanka. Was never really set while taking that shot, wouldn't have gone anywhere. Actually, better off for her that it was blocked. Here's Priyanka again. 1-2. She wasn't really expecting that 1-2 from Sathi. And SCN will hold on to it. In no hurry to play it forward, our kickstart. Awkward again there for Lin Toy, but she does well to get it away. Sarita plays it back. Here's Asha. Abena. 25 minutes. East Bengal not panicking, not just yet. Nice touch from Resti. Another challenge from her. It's got to be careful with those ones. Just lunging in for any and everything. That's another ball towards the right-hand channel. The chase is on. Shot is taken. Maybe a cross was on the cards there from Kiran. SEN was making the run. Tried to catch out Panthai Chanu. Another ball through, and for the first time East Bengal have conceded 2 in this season in a particular game. In the afternoon or in the evening we saw Sessa for the first time scoring 2 in a particular game. Both on different sides of the table, of course. For those very reasons. As I said when we broke for half-time, this is going to be an interesting second half, and oh, it definitely is. Ball played towards Soumya. Fantastic pass. Soumya needed to shoot early. She delayed it quite significantly there and gave Lin Toy a chance to get back. Look at that. Soumya had so much of time. Brilliant challenge from Lin Toy. Soumya had acres of space. What a pass through. Expect her to take it earlier. Resti now with the corner. Poor one. Saru couldn't get the touch. Sarita to Resti. Tries to go through. Wasn't a challenge. It was a fair challenge rather. Wasn't a foul. There's Sarita again. To Resti, who's good on the turn. Gets brought down. This time no foul again. They've got a number so far in those areas. Asha, who would like to move forward and play some piercing passes. Maybe that one. No. Headed away. Fazila hasn't been too involved in this second half. As I said, sometimes it's getting too predictable for East Bengal when they're playing the ball towards her. Everybody knows it's coming. That's a good challenge from Sathi to win the ball back. Here's Fazila. Tries to play through us for a handball. It's all going Kickstart's way for now. Nimita Gurung in the middle doing a great job. If they can hold on to this, what a result it would be for Kickstart. Looking for that shot, easy. Blocked because it was an awkward one to try and attempt on that sort of an angle. Good defensive header once again. Resti. That's flicked on. Fazila might get there. Cleared away. Fazila still there though. Plays it backwards. Sulanjara with the shot. Brilliant save by Mehbam, but it's still alive. Soumya asking for handball. That was too close. As Ranjana does really well. It's all happening. Great shot there, but Mehbam. Another punch from her this time. Some important saves from the keeper. Resti with a great turn, but doesn't get the shot away. In that sort of an evening for her so far, she's scored one, but it was given offside too. But Mehbam Devi, with two really important saves, especially that first one up to her left hand side. Uncontested ball, one there by Priyanka actually. Doesn't work out for Sulanjana. That's a nice turn. And then played wide. Should be kept in play. Yes, it is. Good work by Kiran. Lays it back now. Saru plays it wide. Another cross here from Kickstart. This is good football from them. Abhay now with the clearance. Resti doesn't take any chances and it falls towards Fazila, who sets it back for Sathi Debnath. 20 minutes to play. Looks for Fazila again. Too predictable. They know what's coming. Just trying to be a little too fancy there, Baby Sana. It's her goal that separates the teams. Another ball played through. Should be easy pickings for Mehbam. Remember, these balls will always skid off the surface and most often than not will go straight to the keeper. Resti. Good touch from her. Sulanjana might get there. Mehbam gets there first though. Sulanjana tucked in a bit too much as a winger. I think she'd have to hug that sideline and open a bit of space on that left hand side. She's playing like an inside striker rather than a winger. Rubina Khatun is there if they need a goal off the bench. Sandhya Methi, Fulmani Karya. Those are the forward options. There's also Karthika if they want somebody in the midfield. That's a good challenge by Priyanka Devi. Poor pass from Soumya. Hasn't been her day. And they go all the way back. That's good game awareness. Keep the ball. And that is the aim of the game now for Kickstart. Clear it into space. That should be easy for Sarita. Plays it backwards. "17 minutes to play now." Soumya plays it through Fazila. Looks for the setup for Resti, but she didn't come there in time. Soumya has a bit of space. Will she launch? She does launch. But she didn't have enough time or space to shoot, so I don't know why she rushed it. Time for a cooling break. It is not as hot and humid because of the rain, but it's definitely a heavy surface, so fluids will be welcome. A big opportunity for Kickstart to get higher up the table. Anthony Samson Andrews knows that this is going to be a big challenge. This might be the challenge for East Bengal to counter. And that's exactly what he will be telling them. This is where we have to fight. This is where we have to show the mettle. Last season also East Bengal 14 games, 12 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. That was where they lost out. "15 minutes to play, plus a bit of added time. Resty plays it through. There's Soumya. That touch didn't really help. Challenge was a fair one. Sathi has been really good in the midfield, just playing those passes. But Shilki Devi has been a big miss after, or really thanks to her suspension. In that midfield, she quietly pulls the strings. Resty and Sathi are doing well today, but sometimes you do miss one of your starters. Challenge comes in again. This is great stuff from Kickstart. And that's why the foul has been given. They delay every chance they get. Here's Ranjana. Smashes that long into space. That gives her and her defense partners a bit of respite while East Bengal will try to build and come back. Oh, that's gone out of play from Sarita by the looks of it. Is this going to be a similar situation as last season for East Bengal, where they only have one blemish on their entire campaign? For now, they'll at least want to get one back. To keep that invincible record intact. And somehow it's worked out there. Ball is played through. Resty goes for the flick. Soumya can't pick it up. Ranjana again. Into space. Panthoy will get there. Suranjana won't get there. Baby Sana does a really good job in the midfield again. And she has throughout. And of course that goal, the cherry on top. Here she is again. Plays it through. Doesn't find a black shirt. Here's Resty. Sulanjana. A few tired legs now from the East Bengal point of view. And a few hidden hopes from Kickstart's point of view. They just want to get it as further away from their goal as possible. A bit of a stoppage again. As Linthoy. Moves off for the time being. East Bengal have very rarely faced defeats in the last couple of years. Just a few of them. Silverware galore, of course. Kanya Sri Cup, Indian Women's League, SAF Club Women's Championship. Looking to repeat the feat again in the Kanya Sri Cup and in the Indian Women's League. It's looking likely. Would love to go for uncontinental competition again. That's a great ball from SEN. Saru Limbu gets stopped there. It will be a corner. Abena thought it was her way, but it looks like it did. The referee at least thinks that it went off her last. So it's all going Kickstart's way right now. Can they nick another one and put this game to bed? What a convincing way that would be to take this game home. Ball played in towards the second post. This could be the chance. Save though by Panthoy. It was in close quarters. Not easy to make those saves. Less reaction time, especially off the surface. It wasn't a header, but more of a shoulder basically from Aruna Bag. Not changing too many things here. Kickstart, they're keeping it as it is. They don't want to break the momentum, break the shape that they have built. On the other hand, East Bengal forced to make a few changes. Rubina Khatun will come on and she'll take the place of Sulanjana Raul, who has run quite a bit but has not been able to produce any of her usual magic in front of goal. SCN has though. She plays it wide. Bit of a loose touch there from Kiran. Ashalata, 8 to play. Smashes it upfield. Resty was looking for that flick. Soumya skips past the challenge. Goes for the cross. Really good work by Linthoy again, who scrambled and made sure she got a touch to it. Here's Resty again. Goes for the nutmeg. It's not that sort of a game today. Brilliantly taken down from SEN. She keeps on with the ball. Beautiful stuff from her. This time it should run out of play. As I said, it's not one of those games where that flair and that precise footwork works. It's more of the games where you dig deep, you play hard, you get the scrappy goals. East Bengal know how to do that, but they just haven't been at their best today, you can make out. But they still have a chance here. Soumya, good challenge again. Limbu wins that second ball well as there's another stoppage. This time it looks like it's Mari. Who's having a bit of an issue with that left leg of hers. Maybe a few cramps setting in now. This was the goal for Kickstart. Ashalata and Panthoy with a mix-up, but credit goes to SCN for firstly chasing the ball down, secondly sensing there would be danger, and then slotting it home from an acute angle, albeit without the goalkeeper in the net. And then Baby Sana with an absolute blinder from a distance. So Mari Amal is off and Leshram Divi is on with 6 to play. Nice flick there from SCN. Good challenge again from Ranjana. They played a really hard game here, Kickstart. And as I said, they could find themselves in a bit of a promotion, relegation battle. But a win today will really change things for them. They will overtake Sri Bhumi and they will go on 13 points, level with Gokulam Kerala if they can hold on. But here's Fazila. What a challenge again from Lin Toy. She is having a game and a half. Confirmation of that change there. Another corner though for East Bengal. And it's over the top. It's into the top net. Poor delivery. And now you're going into that territory that last 4-5 minutes for Kickstart where you just want to hold on. As I said, frustration will keep on creeping in for East Bengal. That's Fazila. She hasn't got much of the ball, but this is a good turn from her. Takes a shot. Oh, you can never counter out of the game. That almost crept in. This would be Kickstart's 4th win of the season if they can get it. Only Sethu, who've won 6, and East Bengal, who've won 9, have won more. What a turnaround for them. They're playing with such intent, such impetus. You've got to watch in awe. Mabam, her saves have been so important. This one, an easier collection. Nothing is easy when you're goalkeeping in this sort of weather. Where the ball is wet and the ground is muddy and slippery. Only the falls are a little softer, or the dives. But they only tested her once in this second half. Resty. Poor stuff there from Sarita. You would expect her to make that pass earlier. Try to get past Alesham Devi, who's just come on and has already contributed with a defensive action. It all counts. Played into space. Sathi did enough to just put off one of those Kickstart players. Essien gives it away. Priyanka can't play it wide. Tucking in a bit too much on that left-hand side and not using that wing, which I think has been the issue for East Bengal. Flicked on again. My bomb should get there. Alert goalkeeping from her, from the skipper of Kickstart. Maybe leading her side to an important victory. It's been a while since they've been in East Bengal. Looking to play into the space for Resty, who does well to get that first touch. That should be a corner. Played out by Leshram, who has been brought on with fresh legs to do exactly this, to break up the play. Into the last minute now. Resty with the ball in. Falls towards Fazila. It's a great block. Sarita still has it, doesn't want to use her left foot, and now it could fall kindly for Kickstart. But Sarita wins it back. Two players in black making sure that Fazila doesn't get a free shot, which they didn't do in that first half, but more alert in the second. And now the ball is played into space. Ashalata should get there. In fact, Panthoy is there first. Here's Abena. Beautiful flick there from Resti. Sarita. Back to Abena. No space for East Bengal so far. That's another really good interception. 4 minutes to play. 4 minutes between East Bengal and their dream of being invincibles. 4 minutes between Kickstart and a big 3 points at East Bengal Ground, that is. Possession given away, but then one back again. Ranjana again does what is needed of her. Just plays it into that space and pushes East Bengal back. Sarita goes for the flick. She gets the ball back. There is a pass in the center. Doesn't play it. Resti to Sulanjana. Sorry, to Soumya, I beg your pardon. Sathi goes for the ball towards Fazila. This could be the chance. But Fazila was offside. It needed to be played into Fazila's legs. And she tackles Mehbam and hurts her. Even if she didn't catch her, Mehbam was always going to go down and just eat away the time. That was a decent chance actually for Sathi Debnath to find Fazila. And this was the goal that Fazila scored. Just there, she opened up the angle for herself so well. Took the ball away from the defenders there. Just pushed it away from them. That was a great goal now that you see it. But the second time they weren't allowing her to do so. This was the mix-up. Ashalata cleared it out. SEN with a great finish to make it 1-1. Up till then, East Bengal were cruising. Back live now. Mehbam is okay to take that goal kick. She should be fine. Awkward from Ranjana. She does really well to just about fend off Soumya. Now it falls to Renuka. Crossfield ball stopped there by Astam. Rubina. Astam continues her run. Plays it into space actually for Fazila. That's a decent ball. Resti is there in the middle. Fazila goes for the cross. Delayed it a bit too much. And that's a poor pass. SEN will smash it long. Anywhere will do for Kickstart. And this was the goal. Baby Sana with an absolute beauty to beat Panthoy Chanu. Looks like that could be the winner. And that could be the goal that stops East Bengal's unbeaten run. 100% run. But still a minute and a bit to go. Here's Sathi. Takes it backwards. Almost everybody behind the ball. It is everybody behind the ball. That goes out of play. I don't think it'll be a corner. Oh, it will be a corner. It was a touch of a black shirt. This could be the final chance for East Bengal to salvage something. Sarita has put some good crosses in. Not the best of ones there. Sarita will get it back. Another chance to cross. That's a decent delivery. Keeper gets a touch on it. Cleared away by Baby Sana. Another important touch for her in this game. And East Bengal have to go all the way back towards Ashalata. 20 seconds to go. Awkward ball backwards. That was very risky. They've got to put the ball into the area here. Sathi Debnath. Few white shirts there. Fazila can't get a touch on it. Now it falls towards Soumya. Brilliant piece of goalkeeping by Mehbam. And that should be the game. 94 minutes have been played. Kickstart still have possession. They will smash it up the field. Ashalata, is there one final chance here for East Bengal? No, they give possession away. Kickstart have maintained this lead brilliantly. Another frantic challenge away. Resty. This could be the last chance. Oh, that's a bad touch from her. And that is the full time whistle. Kickstart have stopped East Bengal's unbeaten run on a day where the weather played spoil sport for a bit. It is Kickstart who have taken the advantage of it, and they are the ones who have played spoil sport to what was a phenomenal unbeaten run by East Bengal. 9 wins on the spin, but this time they have been caught out. The unbeaten run has been stopped, the 100% record has been thwarted, and Kickstart have beaten East Bengal at home. What a result for them! They will go up to 13 points. East Bengal, of course, will stay on 27. They will still have a lead, but they will no longer have their unbeaten or their invincible run or their 100% run. As we take a look at the highlights, Fazila got us started with a great goal. Mehbam couldn't stop that one. It was hit into the top right corner of her post. She would have thought that she should have done better. Fazila with another goal, then a mix-up. Asharat and Panthoy both came for it in the 16th minute, and SEN slotted it home to make it 1-1. And that just showed a bit of the nerves, a bit of the complacency that East Bengal had after that first goal. Another one for SEN. Then it started pouring as this shot came in from Priyanka Devi. Resty had a chance. Didn't really look offside, but was given offside. Then Fazila took one shot as well. That was wide after we came back from that thunderstorm. Soumya with a chance, she was offside there as well. Sarita with a really good pass. I think this was the game. If Sulanjana scored that, it was a different story. But Baby Sana did. What a great strike from her. From more than 20 yards out. With one of the goals of the season. Not if you are an East Bengal fan or player. Then Sulanjana with the shot. Mehbam with a great save. And the celebrations will continue for Kickstart because they have beaten East Bengal for the first time in a couple of seasons. And the defending champions' unbeaten run has been brought to an end. At full time at East Bengal Ground, it is East Bengal 1, Kickstart FC 2. And what an absolute cracker of a game that was. We'll do it all again shortly on the 9th of May as Sesa Football Academy, the bottom of the table, will be taking on East Bengal, who of course are still at the top of the table and will want to make up for today's loss. So that's all from us. Join us again on the 9th of May for the next match day. This is Liam, thanking you for watching and signing off.